morning, Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements, Putnam, Connecticut. It is Friday morning and we're out here doing our chemical transfer, uploading from the bucket through my new banjo system with my one pump into my chem tank, which is nearly empty. I've had a couple pretty busy days, but I've not been making any content due to some frustrations on the job, and I just wind up not having enough good content to put anything together. Yesterday was an example. I was doing roof washing yesterday, and this fitting right here is brand new, as you can see. The old one had locked up so that the nozzle wouldn't come out. It was very frustrating. Couldn't get the nozzle to come out. It was just toast, all rusted. Put a new one in, and this one just won't stop leaking. And I replaced the O-ring. I took it apart, rethread taped it, everything, and it just keeps leaking like right out of here up in the front. Consequently, SH running down here onto my hand, down the hose, down my forearm, down my sleeve of my shirt, and I was covered with SH yesterday, and I was rabid. I was rabid mad. So frustrating. Managed to get through the job, but consequently no video, because the last thing I'm doing is playing with the camera when I'm mad. So this morning I'm gonna try to remedy this. I do have some roof washing to do today, so I'm gonna take this apart, see if I can't just put another whole new fitting in here if I happen to have one in stock. Again, I did replace the O-rings. It's not leaking from here where the thread is, it's leaking from in there. And that's with any one of these, including putting an M5. So it definitely has to do with this, and I just don't know why. I'll try to find another one and get the day rolling. All right, unfortunately, I do not have one in stock. Took this one off. I have one on this old wand. Okay, it's kind of MacGyvered together. We're doing some different stuff with it. I'm gonna take that fitting off, which I know was working last time I used it, and put it on here, and we'll go with it. Seems to be fixed. We're gonna find out on the job. All right, we are set up on my good buddy John's house, and this guy is the mayor of the neighborhood out here on Pine Knolls Estates in Killingly, Connecticut. And this is a neighborhood of homes that are almost exactly like this. I think there's 20 or 21 of them in this neighborhood. Goes up this street, big cul-de-sac, and we have washed 19 of these houses over the last 2 years, thanks to this guy right here, John. Love this guy. He's fantastic. He's been so good to me. I give him a smoking deal on everything I do for him, sometimes free. He always gives me a tip, even if I don't charge him. Love this guy. Today we're doing gutter cleaning for him, and we're gonna play with the Sky Vac. I got it all set up. I will say I love this machine so far. It's been working fantastic. This is only the second or third time we're using it. I'm gonna try to use it on a couple properties today, just so I can get more of a feel for how it works and decide what I don't like. I can tell you already that I don't like playing with electric cords. It's a pain in the butt reeling this thing up, unreeling it. It's always tangled, and it feels very homeowner to me. I feel like a fool in the front yard dicking with a freaking cord trying to unreel it. So I'll be going to Lowe's today and getting myself some type of reel. I know I could cut a piece out of a plywood and make it, work, but that's going to look very, again, homeowner and amateur to me. So I'm going to get something from Lowe's that allows me to reel this up a little better and have a little bit better feel. I can already see myself buying a bigger, better shop or Sky Vac next year. I'm looking at the Interceptor, trying to figure out how I want to move that around the property. That's the gas driven biggest one that they make. They also make sections of this hose that they sell in 25-foot sections, so you can link like 100 feet of hose together. I know you'd reduce some suction. So anyway, we're going to be playing with some different things and figuring it out. I'm going to be using this metal breaker tool on here today, aluminum. It's got kind of an aggressive end, so you can kind of rough stuff up a little bit. I always ask the homeowner if they're having a problem, is there an issue, whatever, with their gutters. And John says right here at this junction, it's been overflowing this way. So I went up and took a quick inspection to see what was in here. And this gutter is full of mud. So I've broken this up with my hands a little bit, but this is just all granules and mud off the roof, and it was walled right up like this right here. So water was coming in, backing up, and overflowing. So I don't think he's got any other issues other than that. This gutter up here, not as bad, but this one is filled with mud all the way down. So I'm gonna try to see what that tool is gonna do, and then we'll come up here and take a look with the camera. I am gonna be buying a GoPro or something to attach to the Sky Vac, so I don't have to do ladder inspections. And again, these are things we're learning. Let's give it a try. This thing is so crazy light. I could do this with one hand and film at the same time. I'm sure you can hear the granules going in there. And you can feel it. You can feel the mud is there or isn't there. And I'm just gonna do the whole thing now, and then we'll go take a look. All right, I went back and forth twice with this tip. Look at that muck in there. I feel like it's not quite making the right flat suction that I need. Let's go take a look at what I've gotten so far. I can tell you this shop vac, Sky Vac, is pretty heavy. There's definitely a lot of debris in there, but I think I'm gonna have to switch to a different tip to do a better job. Let's see what we got so far. Oh, that's not bad. That's really not too bad. I need to do a better job. Like I said, I think I'm gonna get the other tip, but that's pretty good considering how much was in there. I can't say that I would do a much better job by hand. Obviously, pressure washer rinse would be the way to go. I don't particularly want to make a huge mess here right now and wash the house. And you may have seen that it's only in the 30s, so I don't feel like messing with water. But I do have this magnificent bag of toys right here, and we have this tip. Let's give this one a try. All right, we did a pretty good job. I can't say that I love it. I mean, they're a world better than they were. This gutter, I need to do this one again. We got a lot of debris out of it, but not all of it by a long shot. I'm gonna try putting on that breaker nozzle again and coming through here, but this is definitely the slowest process I've ever used. This is not gonna be a tool that I'm using all the time, or at least not on that type of situation. I mean, it's definitely gonna work for gutters that I can't reach. And then this thing is caked with mud inside and has tripled in weight. So it's much heavier than it was. But anyway, I'm gonna finish what I'm doing here, and then I'm gonna take a look at the back gutters. And if they are the same thing in the back, I think I'm just gonna pull the power washer because it's getting late. I got other things to do today, and I can't be here all day just experimenting. Let's take a look inside. I know there's gonna be a lot in here. Oh yeah. Thick with mud. Now, we'll do a little more before we call it done. And then I gotta rinse this thing. So I'm gonna use the vacuum and suck out of a 5-gallon bucket and rinse these hoses out before I put it away for the day. All right, so I'm all done playing with this. I'm frustrated. This thing weighs about, I don't even know. It's packed with mud. We're gonna give it a rinse and see how it goes. Oh yeah. It's got some serious lift. Look at that. It drank that pretty quick. It's what I should have done in the first place. Seriously, what a crybaby. I'm unsubscribing. Sick of it. Seriously, if you don't want to get wet, it's time to keep that desk job or find something else to do. Am I right? Next project, seasonal agreement, gutter cleaning. And they have put solar panels on the front of the house since the last time I was here. So walking the roof with the 125, then putting the candy cane blower on to do the front. Setting up on the next project. Rigs over there, bringing the ladder over here. I got this beat up little gambrel garage shed thing with a carpet all over it. And this is a insurance issue. The insurance company's making them take this off. I'm very surprised. Something as hammered as this, I mean, like, why do they even care about this? But I'm here to clean it. So if you've watched my channel for a minute, you know this is going to be manual forceful removal with the M5. We're going to try the M5 first, see if we can get the majority of it to come down. Then I'll think about potentially hitting it with a 12 volt, but likely not. It's going to be a little difficult, that top gambrel roof, not to blow the shingles off. So let's see what we can do. Oh my God. All right, I'm all set up and running on the next project. I got this big swinging cape. It's actually pretty big on the other side. Big drop off down there. We got roof washing to do, some spot treatment to do. We got this apartment, garage, whatever to do. Everything's all pulled. You can probably hear my machine running. Let's see if we can find my gun. It's over here somewhere. And I'm gonna start on the high side over here, which of course is covered with lichen. So I've got my 1.8 injector in, and we're gonna try to relieve this as quickly as we can. I'm gonna get this soaping, see, nice big high side. And then I've got roof wash to do up here. This roof over here is covered with moss. I got the 12 volt pulled over there around the front because I'm roof washing around the other side. So I'm gonna start right here. And there we go. Start getting a little sauce on the house back here to get things dwelling. Not sure if you can see what's going on up there, but you probably can't. It's a mess, believe me. Probably underestimated this project by a little bit because I did it via pictures, and then I get here and it's definitely more work than I had anticipated. And I probably could argue with the client a little bit but I just don't feel like it, man. I'm gonna get the work done. Still only gonna take me a couple hours. Let's go. All right, baby, we are on the peak from the ground. Just reaching it. I'm probably gonna go up on the porch here just to get a little bit better shot. Hit it with a little more volume. But thankfully I have no wind right now. And wind is always the big factor with making the shot. And we are just gonna soap and soap and soap over here. Till everything melts away. Well, I gotta say, I'm amazed so far at how quickly the snail tracks that are on this building are coming off. That 1.8 injector is really pulling some nice soap for me right now. So this project may not take me as long as I think, which would be nice. Like I say, it's been I don't know if I've said it. I've had a pretty stressful couple days. No video for the last couple days because things have not been going my way. And it's not that I don't want to share those things with you. It's just that when I get occupied in troubleshooting sometimes, that's my focus, not necessarily holding the camera. And I wind up with nothing worth looking at. Not that any of this is really worth looking at. I'm not sure why you watch. Go find something else to do, man. Come on. As you can see, I've got some soap in my SH today. And that's from flushing my roof pump into my SH tank earlier today. And I can't say I'm not thankful to have it. All right, we're out front, hitting the peaks, hitting the angles. I've already soaped everything. And I'm just taking a couple of the shooter tip shots that I need to try to get a little more soap here and there where I think it needs it. On that peak, no problem right there. And then a little cascade down to the other corner, which you can't quite see. So you gotta trust your process. All right, now we got the very dirty dormered garage. Dormered in the back, stairs in the back. This property's got a lot more angles than I had anticipated. It's taking me a little longer than I had bargained for. But thankfully I put up a nice price to begin with, so we'll still be hitting more than our minimum per hour. I'm almost hour 45 in right now. I'm anticipating this building taking me a little less than an hour. I am going to be doing some roof treatment on this house also, spot treating the front corners of these dormers. First thing I'm doing though is I already rinsed with the shooter tip to knock moss down that I could. Now I'm house washing. We'll let that hang out for a little while, and then we're going to end with the roof wash, shooting these corners right here. So this is going to get house wash, rinse, and then roof wash in the end, and we should produce a real nice result. All right. See the difference? Just house wash with about a 15-minute dwell and M5 rinse. Okay, and here we are spot treating. We're going to give that dormer edge a quick rinse when we're done. Same thing with the very front here. I'm going to let it hang out for about 10 minutes while I put my ladders away. And then we'll do one quick rinse here Otherwise, we look real good shooting from the ground with the 12 volt. Getting right into the dormer where I want. And that's our spot treatment. I've done a bunch of extra work here. There's a staircase on the back of this place. I showed you that Trex decking. Just can't help it. When you get going, if it's dirty, I clean it, you know? It's the last job of the day. What the heck? Maybe I'll get a tip. We'll see. All right, that's it for me. Sun's going down. Almost 5 o'clock. That was an almost 3-hour project for me. Again, priced nicely. I want it making more than my minimum per hour. No tip, but that's okay. Clients were thrilled, and they're going to be referring me to everyone they can. Told me if they ever need a reference, blah blah blah, which, you know, that's all good stuff. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.